I think we are definitely the market leader in this field, and I think a lot of people look up to DVB Bank in sort of determining what they think they would be comfortable with. Especially I think we'll go into detail, but a lot of the banks really look up to us.
I think if one word comes to mind is great understanding of the asset. I think we're very different from other banks in terms of financing the aviation clients.
I don't know entirely that it actually means that much different to the European market or the US market in general anyway. Actually, I think we're known and should be known as being market leaders in pretty much everything that the platform does, whether that's asset management, whether that's investment management, or of course on our lending side.
I think we're known as the most specialized bank because we are, and we're very good in what we do. So when people think of aviation financing, they think of DVB.
With DVB, what first comes to mind is an asset-based lender, and then more importantly, it has a complete platform.
So from an advisory angle, they're really looking for impartial advice and also tailored solutions.
Well, certainly I think that people expect us to have relevant views on the marketplace. So whether that's they coming to me and asking for lease rates or where I'm going to place my aircraft, or whether it's going to assignment in research, they expect our views to be absolutely relevant and current.
I think they expect to go for you for all sorts of inquiries, be it, I need help in remarketing this aircraft. I need help. What do you think? What's the import tax? Oh, how do I structure a deal the right way? And on the financing side too, like PDPs, long-term financing, they do expect that they can come to you, even if it's just for a market quote and they can't get you to work with them, but they really expect the whole site, the whole platform, because in their mind, DVB again is the specialized bank.
I think they definitely look to us for the industry knowledge, for sort of more in terms of broader knowledge of the industry, what's happening. Should I be looking at this aircraft financing?
I would expect DVB to provide innovative solutions. Basically, what that means is that there's no impossible deal. As long as it's properly structured, then DVB should be able to do it.
They definitely come to us for market intel too. There's a little bit more trust. They also expect us to be very efficient. And when something's done, they would come to DVB because they know we are able to deliver.
Typically, obviously, they want to be able to get the highest leverage or get at least a high balloon to
non-recourse and high balloons.
A lot of the Asian clients are at the end of the day just price sensitive.
Asian clients tend to be very price sensitive. I think even more so than European or US clients.
In Asia, what we're finding is it's about price, and the value that you bring is less relevant, and it really is a lot about price.
Kasip, I guess, NODLB, that's forwards, and then Chinese banks.
I would say that the bigger banks, the Chinese banks, the bigger French banks or German banks, clearly.
I think our main competition would be local banks. Whatever is the local bank in that particular country would be our biggest competitor.
Gotcha.
Some of the Taiwanese banks are sort of stepping into our space. Some of the Japanese are targeting to do that, So we need to be cautious about it, but then you can't really stop it.
Any aviation bank, lessor, or a consultancy, it really is that broad. I think it really is.
Our competition is definitely worried about us. Having said that, our competition also can be more aggressive than us. So I think our competition, we tend to be first movers. We tend to go to new markets, new clients first. I think our competition is always watching us, and they'll go where we go.
Of course, DVB is considered positively. If we're bidding, obviously it's a good deal. But then most of the time they have an advantage in terms of their cost of liquidity. I think that's the only downside for us sometimes when bidding on deals.
Very good sort of regional coverage. So the fact that we are based here in Singapore with the office in Tokyo as well, I think coverage is actually very good because people are always on the road, facing clients all the time.
I think the fact that we can probably address almost every need of whatever type of client you are, whatever your role is, I think DVB has a capability or product that can match and fulfill almost anything, whatever it is that you're looking for. I think that's a great strength that we're able to do. We have such a wide variety of excellent services right away across the platform, and I think that we can fulfill and match those needs and tailor those needs to whatever the client may need.
Okay.
We are more disciplined, so I think it's good to be disciplined, because when things go bad, then if you're not disciplined, you might make a lot of money at one point, but when things go wrong, then you could be exposed.
One-stop shop, offering fully integrated solutions to its aviation clients.
Well, Asia is definitely one. First of all, the relationships we've built over the last 10 years. That's the key strength. But for me, not just in Asia, but the strength of DVB that I'm most impressed with is efficiency. How flat the structure and how quick you get response, whether you do a deal or you don't do a deal, and how the short time frame you go from there to DC to credit approval.
I think it's the ability to survive the ups and downs of the industry cycle.
I mean, clearly, the cost of liquidity is one.
Also, our cost of funding sometimes doesn't help us. It's a competitive market out there.
I'm well aware of less than you guys are, but how our cost of funding versus those guys.
To be honest, that would be the major one in terms of our cost. Obviously, they have their own depositor base. They're borrowing money close to nothing because they have all these branches. For us, we need to borrow money at this cost, and obviously our reported earnings or reported loss will not help, which will make it challenging in the future.
It sort of comes back to, I think, economics of what we can provide.
Local banks, I guess, is
Also the local banks, because once they know the knowledge, they can just take it away and do the deal themselves.
And then there will be competitors coming more from the investment management side. More and more banks asking us about how that's being done.
These banks continue to have lots of liquidity, low for them and also other European banks, and we have higher cost of liquidity. I think that would be our greatest threat.
We don't have the manpower, for example, I think, to take on big advisory projects.
Probably competition from non-conventional sources. That's probably one that people are not foreseeing yet, but it actually is going to come from nowhere. Sort of non-banks getting to our space. I think that would be worrying.
Arranging more deals with other investors.
I think China, given the number of aircraft there that are due to be delivered, it's of course it's frightening and impressive in equal measure. I think for an aviation bank that clearly has to be an opportunity. How?
I think growth, given this is where we're going to expect a lot of growth as a region. I think that's going to give us and other banks as well a lot of opportunity.
Our platform business, the ability to really identify what is needed as we have good relationships with everyone, really selling the platform.
Working with our competitors, which is probably the local banks.
Market leadership in the industry, our strength in platform, in the aviation platform, and thirdly, the people.
I think first and foremost were our great and unparalleled understanding of the asset, so aircraft. Again, integrated one-stop shop solution, and also third, last but not least, great experience and probably lower execution risk.
First is that we're an asset-based bank and we can make deals work as long as we have the right asset. Second thing is that we're here in the good and bad times. And third thing is that we have a very low execution risk if you work with DVB.
Experience, specialized, contacts, the breadth of contacts and knowledge in the market.
Great. I think our three greatest things are the fact that we've got such a wide breadth of services, the experience across the team, and the fact that we truly are very passionate about what we do.
It's opportunity.
Excellence.
specialized.
Excellence.
Reliable.